Ricardo Calafiori to Arsenal. Here we go. Nearly. Very nearly. But look, we're at the point where I think we can make a video. According to Fabrizio Romano today, with an exclusive, Arsenal and Bologna have reached an agreement for Ricardo Calafiori after a breakthrough revealed earlier. Understand the fee is 40 million euros plus 5 million euros in add-ons with a sell-on clause. We don't know what their sell-on clause will be. Final step needed is for Basel and Bologna to agree on the 50% sell-on payment terms. And then here we go. And he was speaking on a podcast where he spoke in more detail about this move. He said Ricardo Calafiori, in the last 24 to 48 hours, when he returned from his holidays, spoke directly with the Bologna board. He said this: please let me fulfill my dream and let me go to Arsenal. I want to go to Arsenal. This was the message from Calafiori. Fabrizio went on to say Mikel Arteta has been pushing internally to sign Calafiori. He believes he is the perfect player for Arsenal. Arteta has also been crucial in the conversations with the player. The work made by Arteta has been special to make the deal happen. Those are Fabrizio Romano's words, not mine. He then went on to say on Ricardo Calafiori, clubs did try to hijack the deal. He said, I'll let you know at the end of the story. Once the transfer has been completed, I will have something to say, but not today. So who tried to hijack it? I would put my money on Chelsea. But look, there's a lot of things to talk about here. I want to go and talk about how Arteta and Edu have really revolutionized the Arsenal defense. If you look at that thumbnail, where we've come in the last 3 or 4 years from a defense of Cedric, Chambers, David Luiz, Mustafi, Kieran Tierney to what we have now, it's quite remarkable. And I want to talk about the options that we've now got. But in terms of this deal itself, patience was the key. And look, we were getting frustrated, right? Everyone was getting frustrated, some more so than others. And I've said it on a few streams that we needed to be patient, that I wasn't in any real worry that this wouldn't happen. And the reality is this: Calafiori played at the Euros. He then went on holiday. He's been back from holiday for less than 2 days, and the deal is now done. And the fact is, we've got it done for 40 million euros plus 5 million euros in add-ons. Bologna wanted 50 million euros plus 5 million in add-ons. By waiting a week and allowing Calafiori to come back and put the pressure on them, which it sounds like he's done in terms of, begging them almost to let him make the move, we've saved 10 million euros. And I've seen people today still complaining about that. Well, we should have got it done quicker. There'll be the same people complaining if we don't sell Smith Rowe for 40 million, we sell him for 30 million. The difference is the same. It's 10 million. But for some reason, it's, when it comes to buying players, wow, we should just pay what they want and get it done quickly. That's not sensible. And I think you have to credit Edu for holding firm. And it's not just Edu. I have to always say it's not just Edu, but I feel like we use Edu as the umbrella term for that department. It's not just him. But they've done a very good job. We've saved 10 million euros by simply having the patience. Arteta and the team had done the groundwork in convincing Calafiori and his team that this was the right move. And once that happens, there's very little that Bologna can do. Calafiori had agreed the terms with us, with no other clubs. Every other club at that point had walked away. And so we were in a really strong negotiating position. And we've got it done for 40 million. And by the way, that's 33 million pounds as a base fee. 33 million pounds for a 22-year-old starting centre-back for Italy, who had a fantastic Euros tournament, who's got versatility, can play as a left-back. It's very, very impressive. And this is kind of where I want to move on to what Arteta and Edu have been able to do in building our defence. Now, another thing that's really impressive here is that Calafiori is Italian. It's very rare that you see an Italian player playing in Italy who is wanted by the big Italian clubs. We know Juve were very much interested in him. Very, very rare that you see a player like that turn around and say, no, I want to go to the Premier League. I want to leave Italy. And so the job that Arteta has done to sell this dream to Calafiori, and look, there's an element when he talks about it being his dream. I think 2 years ago, he said his dream was to play for either Chelsea or West Ham. Now, clearly, over the last couple of years, his career has skyrocketed, and with it, his expectations have rocketed, and he now has higher standards. And so Arsenal became the dream for him. But look, what I wanted to show was this, basically. What we now have in terms of the depth of our squad. Now, what Arteta and Edu have built, They've spent 211. If you take out Zinchenko, right? If you look at the real core of the defense that we've got, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, Calafiori, Kivior, Tomiyasu. Those 7 defenders, they cost a total of £211 million. The most expensive one was Ben White at £50 million. They have an average age of 24. The oldest is Ben White and Gabriel, who are 26. Like, we have built a defense for the next 4, 5, 6 years. Now, I don't think it's complete. I think there's one more piece to the puzzle. I think that's Jorel Hato from Ajax. I think long-term, Tomiyasu and Kivior are not part of this. But if you look at what we've actually done now, if you look at the top 5, and I think the top 5 are White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, and Calafiori. That's now the big 5, in my opinion. Because of the versatility of them, between those 5 alone, we have 5 different combinations of centre-back pairing. Every single one of those can rest, and the other 4 can create a back 4. So if you want to rest Calafiori, you play White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber. If you want to rest Timber, you play White, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori. If you want to rest Gabriel, you play White, Saliba, Calafiori, Timber. If you want to rest Saliba, you play White, Timber, Gabriel, Calafiori. And if you want to rest White, you play Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori. All 5 of those combinations are exceptional quality. Exceptional quality. And I think it's remarkable that we've done that for about 150 million quid, if you take out Kivior and Tomiyasu. If you then add in Tomiyasu, and I do this because I think Kivior is closest to leaving. There's a lot of interest in Kivior. I do genuinely think he's going to leave this window. But if you added Tomiyasu, who can actually play anywhere across the back line, you then open up another 16 possibilities. 16 different combinations of defenses where you can have 2 of those back 5 missing and still create a solid back 4, where, if anything, the weakest member of that back 4 is Tomiyasu, who is still a very high-level defender. It's exceptional. It's exceptional building from a place where not that long ago, like I said, we had Cedric, Chambers, Holding, David Luiz, Shkodran Mustafi, Sead Kolasinac, even Kieran Tierney to an extent. To go from that to this in the space of, 3.5 years, and spending a couple of 100 million. And you might think, well, a couple of 100 million, that's a lot. And it is a lot. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not that much. If you look at United or Chelsea or even City and what they got for 200 million, it's nowhere near a defensive back line with that many players, that much versatility. And like I said, I think Jorel Hato is the final piece of the puzzle. I think long-term, and I've not included Zinchenko in any of this, by the way, because I think he gets phased out. But I think Hato is the final piece of that puzzle. And then I think you have an unbelievable defensive line. Interestingly, today, we had a behind-closed-doors friendly where White and Timber both played, but obviously Saliba didn't. And Timber was the one that played at centre-back. Ben White played at right-back, Timber played at centre-back. So that's an interesting one to keep an eye out for the future. Another interesting one is Miles Lewis-Skelly, who played at left-back today. And it's been widely reported that Miles Lewis-Skelly is going to be an inverted left-back. So if we do want to have that Zinchenko-style defender still, I think that's Miles Lewis-Skelly. I think that is the potential future of that position. But I look at this and it makes me very, very excited. And of course, all of those combinations don't even include Kivior. Maybe we do keep Kivior as well. I don't know. But Calafiori is very, very exciting. He's a top-tier player. He can play at centre-back, at left-back. Finally, we have a left-footed left-back that will comfortably overlap. That is something for Gabriel Martinelli going forwards. And it was worth the wait. It was worth the wait for Calafiori. So look, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new to this channel, by the way, please do subscribe. If you could click like on the video as well, that would be fantastic. We go live on this channel at 6:30 every evening, including this evening, whenever you're watching this. So, of course, we will be talking about this. We'll be talking about all of the Arsenal news. Other than that, I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching the video, and goodbye.